This could be one of the biggest changes Apple has made to the iPhone lineup in years, and surprisingly, it has nothing to do with a revolutionary camera, a crazy new design, or even AI. Instead, it's about when you'll actually be able to buy the next iPhone. If you're planning to upgrade this September, here's something you absolutely need to know. According to multiple reliable reports, Apple isn't launching the regular iPhone 18 alongside the Pro models. Instead, only the iPhone 18 Pro, iPhone 18 Pro Max, and Apple's brand new foldable iPhone are expected to arrive this fall. The standard iPhone 18, the model millions of people buy every year, is reportedly being pushed all the way to spring 2027. At first, that sounds disappointing. Why would Apple delay its most popular iPhone? Is something wrong with production? Are there supply chain problems? Or is Apple quietly preparing one of the biggest upgrades the base iPhone has ever received? The answer is much more interesting than most people think. According to several industry reports, Apple is restructuring the entire way it launches iPhones. Instead of releasing every model at the same event, the company is expected to split the lineup into two major launch windows. The premium devices will grab all the attention in September, while the standard models will receive their own spotlight months later. It's a strategy that could completely change how buyers decide when to upgrade. And here's where things get really interesting. Apple reportedly plans to keep the current iPhone 17 on store shelves longer than usual. Rather than rushing out a replacement, Apple can continue selling a device that still feels current while giving engineers more time to refine the regular iPhone 18. That might sound like a simple scheduling change, but it actually reveals something much bigger about Apple's long-term strategy. Instead of forcing every customer toward the expensive Pro lineup, Apple may be building a regular iPhone that finally closes the gap in ways we've never seen before. Most buyers have accepted one simple reality over the past several years. If you wanted Apple's best technology, you had to buy a Pro model. The standard iPhone usually received last year's chip, fewer camera features, and several design compromises, but that formula now appears to be changing. Recent validation reports suggest Apple has already been testing both the iPhone 18 and the more affordable iPhone 18e. Interestingly, these two devices are rumored to share several internal components, allowing Apple to simplify manufacturing while reducing production costs. That could make large-scale production much more efficient once the phones officially enter mass manufacturing next year. For buyers, that's actually great news. Lower manufacturing complexity often allows Apple to invest more in the features people notice every single day: performance, battery life, AI capabilities, and display quality, instead of spending resources on expensive internal redesigns that users never see. And speaking of displays, this is where the story starts becoming even more exciting. For years, Apple reserved its smooth 120Hz ProMotion display for the Pro lineup. If you wanted that ultra-fluid scrolling experience, you had to spend hundreds of dollars more. But last year, that wall finally came down when the regular iPhone gained ProMotion for the first time. Now, Apple appears ready to take another major step. One of the biggest rumors surrounding the iPhone 18 is a redesigned dynamic island. Multiple supply chain leaks suggest Apple could introduce a noticeably smaller dynamic island across the entire lineup, not just the Pro models. It may sound like a small visual tweak, but it changes the entire feel of the phone. A smaller cutout means more usable screen space, a cleaner look, and a device that feels much closer to Apple's premium models. For buyers, that's a meaningful upgrade because it's something you'll notice every single time you unlock your phone. But the display isn't the biggest story. The real headline is, what's expected to power the iPhone 18 Apple is reportedly preparing the new A20 chip, built using TSMC's next-generation 2nm manufacturing process. This isn't just another yearly processor refresh. It's one of the biggest manufacturing jumps Apple has made in years. A smaller manufacturing process allows more transistors to fit into the same space. That means better performance, improved efficiency, lower power consumption, and stronger AI processing all at the same time. In real-world use, apps should launch faster, demanding games should maintain higher frame rates, video editing should feel smoother, and everyday multitasking should become even more effortless. Battery life could also improve because the processor simply wastes less energy during normal use. And in today's smartphone market, efficiency matters just as much as raw speed. But here's where things become even more important. Apple Intelligence. Apple is investing heavily in on-device artificial intelligence. Features like smarter writing tools, image generation, live language translation, advanced Siri interactions, and intelligent photo editing all require significantly more memory than traditional smartphone tasks. That's why RAM has become one of the most talked about parts of the iPhone 18 leaks. Well-known Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo believes the regular iPhone 18 will include 9 GB of RAM, while several other reports claim Apple may increase that to 12 GB, matching the Pro models for the first time. At this stage, neither figure has been officially confirmed, but regardless of which version arrives, both represent a meaningful improvement over the current generation. More memory means Apple Intelligence can keep more AI models running directly on the device instead of constantly relying on cloud processing. That leads to faster responses, improved privacy, and a smoother experience when using multiple AI features together. If Apple really wants AI to become one of the biggest reasons people upgrade, increasing RAM isn't just helpful, it's essential, and that's exactly why so many analysts believe memory will be one of the biggest upgrades in the entire iPhone 18. Lineup performance isn't the only area getting attention, though Apple also appears to be making meaningful improvements to the camera system. Reports suggest the front-facing camera could jump from 12 megapixels to an impressive 24 megapixels. That may not sound dramatic at first, but higher resolution can produce noticeably sharper selfies, clearer FaceTime calls, and better video quality for content creators, professionals, and anyone who spends time on social media. As more people use their phones for remote work, live streaming, and video communication, this upgrade becomes much more valuable than simple megapixel numbers suggest. There's also another camera feature that hasn't received much attention, but it could change the way people actually take photos. The camera control button, introduced as one of Apple's newest hardware features, is rumored to receive a redesigned two-stage mechanism. Instead of acting as a simple button, it could behave much more like a dedicated camera shutter, allowing users to half-press for focus before fully pressing to capture the shot. For photography enthusiasts, that would create a much more natural shooting experience. Similar to using a professional camera, these are exactly the kinds of improvements that don't always dominate headlines but make the phone feel significantly better during everyday use. However, Apple isn't giving away every premium feature. Like every generation before it, there are expected to be a few compromises, and those trade-offs may ultimately determine whether waiting for the regular iPhone 18 is the smartest buying decision, or whether stepping up to the Pro model this September still makes more sense. Of course, Apple isn't in the business of making every iPhone identical. If the regular iPhone 18 received every premium feature, there would be very little reason for customers to spend extra on the Pro models. That's why several reports suggest Apple will continue making a few strategic compromises. One rumor points to Apple using a slightly older OLED panel on the standard iPhone 18. While it should still deliver excellent color accuracy, deep blacks, and the smooth 120Hz Pro motion experience, the Pro models may keep brighter displays, better outdoor visibility, and more advanced panel technology. For most people, that difference will be almost impossible to notice in everyday use. But for professionals who frequently work outdoors or create HDR content, the Pro models could still offer the better display experience. There's also speculation that Apple may simplify parts of the redesigned camera control button to reduce manufacturing costs. If true, the standard model might lose some of the advanced touch-sensitive controls available on the Pro versions. Again, this follows Apple's familiar strategy: keep the features that affect daily use while reserving a few premium extras for higher-end buyers. Now let's talk about the question every buyer is asking: how much will the iPhone 18 cost? Current industry estimates suggest Apple could increase the starting price to around $899 in the United States. That's roughly a $100 increase over previous base models, reflecting higher production costs, more advanced chip technology, larger memory configurations, and continued investment in Apple Intelligence. At first glance, that price increase might seem disappointing, but when you look at everything expected to come with it, the picture becomes much more interesting. A next-generation 2nm processor, a redesigned dynamic island, more RAM for future AI features, a significantly upgraded selfie camera, better battery efficiency, improved camera controls, and a software experience designed around Apple's growing AI ecosystem. If these leaks prove accurate, the regular iPhone 18 could offer the strongest value proposition we've ever seen from Apple's standard lineup. But here's the question that matters most. Should you buy this September, or should you wait? The answer depends entirely on what kind of buyer you are. If you're currently using an iPhone 13, iPhone 14, or even an iPhone 15 and your phone still performs well, waiting could be the smarter long-term investment. By spring 2027, you'll likely get a device that feels much closer to the Pro models than any standard iPhone before it, while still saving several $100s compared to buying the Pro or foldable versions. On the other hand, if you're a content creator, mobile gamer, photographer, or someone who always wants Apple's newest flagship hardware as soon as it's available, then the iPhone 18 Pro, iPhone 18 Pro Max, or the new foldable iPhone launching this September may still be the better choice. Those models are expected to introduce Apple's most advanced cameras, premium materials, and cutting-edge hardware first. For everyone else, patience could pay off in a big way. This split-release strategy may actually benefit buyers by giving each lineup its own moment to shine. Instead of rushing into a purchase this fall, you'll have more time to compare reviews, understand Apple's AI roadmap, and decide whether the extra Pro features are truly worth the additional cost. And that's what makes the regular iPhone 18 so interesting. For the first time in years, it doesn't feel like the cheaper iPhone. It feels like Apple is finally giving mainstream buyers a device that's designed to last for years, handle next-generation AI features, and deliver a premium experience without forcing everyone into the Pro lineup. If the current leaks are accurate, the regular iPhone 18 won't just be another annual refresh. It could become one of the smartest iPhone purchases Apple has ever offered. So, if you're thinking about upgrading this year, don't make your decision based only on what's launching this September. Think about how long you plan to keep your next phone, how important Apple Intelligence will be over the next few years, and whether waiting just a little longer could give you significantly more value for your money. Because sometimes, the best upgrade isn't the first one you can buy, it's the one that's truly worth waiting for. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more accurate Apple leaks, buying advice, and future product analysis before everyone else, make sure to subscribe so you never miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.